There's a Hastings City police officer. He's been on the force about 19 years. Now, he is a Caucasian male police officer. He took an ancestry test and found out that he was 18% African. Well, after he found out he was 18% African, his same fellow police officers started treating him different due to his newfound ethnicity, which is 18% African. Let's go roll the clip.
It all began when an ancestry research site answered a lingering question Hastings Police Sergeant Cleon Brown had about his lineage.
And when he found out he was 18% African American, was very proud of it.
But according to Brown's Detroit area attorney, not everyone at Hastings PD shared in his pride. He started in the office one day last fall. Boylan claims Chief Jeff Pratt spotted Brown.
He saw Cleon standing there and said, "Hey, Kunte," as in Kunte Kinte. And Cleon's response, incredulously, was, "I cannot believe you just called me that."
Details in the civil rights violation lawsuit filed by Brown in early April indicate things went downhill for Brown, a 19-year veteran of the force, from there. Claims of fist pumps and whispers of Black Lives Matter from fellow officers as they passed Brown. The most public evidence appeared on the Christmas tree in the lobby of the PD. Decorations including Santa figurines with the names of each officer. Brown Santa was black with 18% written on the beard.
These are law enforcement officers. These are people who are supposed to understand cultural sensitivities.
The lawsuit names the city, Chief Jeff Pratt, Deputy Chief Dale Bolter, Sergeant Chris Miller, and City Manager Jeff Mansfield as defendants. Boylan says the defendants created a hostile work environment, that Brown was ostracized and basically frozen out. Boylan believes it's created a dangerous environment.
I don't see that any officer that has been retaliating against him is going to come to Cleon's aid.
Now, I bet you he didn't realize, or maybe he did realize before, we don't know, that his coworkers were racist, obviously, because they're sitting up there calling him Kunte Kinte and putting 18% with a black Santa. Well, and this is the funny part. Every Caucasian in America needs to run their DNA. I promise you, you're going to find the exact same thing as what this police officer found in his DNA, period. Because civilization started in Africa. We are the father and mother of civilization, period. That's why you're going to find our DNA in everybody. And I know you don't like to hear that, but it's the truth. Even your own scientists back up what I just said. Even the most hardcore racist out there, your David Dukes and your, what's the other guy named, the alt-right guy, Richard Spencer. I would love them to run their DNA. You know, all this white this and white. Please run it. I would, and post it online. I would love to see your, as a matter of fact, I'll be willing to pay for it. David Duke's DNA and Richard Spencer, because I would love for him to come back and talk about that, because I'll tease him all day long about welcome to the club. You black now. But see, they are afraid to run their DNA. Those Caucasian supremacists, they're afraid because they know good and well what it's going to come back and say. I did a video some years ago about a hardcore Caucasian supremacist, and he had his DNA ran and found out that he had black DNA, and he just flipped out. And that was just so funny to me when he found that out. But this guy, I guess he can sympathize just a little bit, maybe 18% worth of what we go through about being harassed by racists. Now, his lawsuit, he's asking for $500,000, and I think he probably should get it. But the thing is, this is the culture that you see in a lot of police departments. I'm not saying all, but that culture's out there. And this is the thing. Okay, they're targeting him and doing this to him. He gonna sue, he get his money, or he gonna settle, whatever. But the problem is the same police chief, the lieutenants, and the cops calling him Kunte, Black Lives Matter, and 18%, they're out there patrolling black people. That's my problem with the situation. Every last cop that said that mess to that man should be fired, because they cannot police on the guise of what a person's doing versus a person's color of their skin. That's what they proved to me. The whole police department needs to start over from scratch. Let the state police take over that area until they figure it out. That's how I would feel about it. If I was attorney, I would have been pushing that too, because all of them have proved themselves to be some racist, period. And we know these racist police that's out there looking for a reason to plant evidence on black people, beat black people up, kill black people, and say, I was afraid of my life. You know, the playbook that they all use across the country. But this situation just quite different. Never heard of something like this before, but those police really need to be removed for the sake of the black people in Hastings. Make sure you check out our Teespring store and purchase merchandise to support the show. If anything that we don't have there, let us know. We'll try to get it put there to accommodate the needs of those who would like to purchase merchandise. Make sure also to join us on Patreon for a minimum of $2 or $5 per month. We feature our interviews earlier there than we do on the public platform. We also will give you a chance to vote on different moves that we make here. And also we give different reward tiers based on the videos. Some tiers you'll get behind the scenes videos. Some you'll get just news stories. So make sure you just check us out there. Any support is definitely appreciated. We also like to thank those that join us also on PayPal. Thank you very much for everything you have done. Also, those who say, you know, Phil, we'll do it later, or I'm not in the meantime, I can't do it, but I really want to. Thank you also to you as well. Your heart's in the right place. You just want to see the show continue to go. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this new 18% brother that we have now. Share the video, like the commentary, and subscribe for more news stories.